into that. So this is my ThinkorSwim. For starters, you have to set up an account, even a paper trade account at TD Ameritrade, and then you download ThinkorSwim. Then you log into ThinkorSwim, and once you are logged in, by default it has a very different view. So what you have to do is you go to this section, sorry, not here. You go to setup and you click open shared item, and then you use this link that I have shared here. I'll just copy and put it here. Preview. Oops, that link doesn't appear to be broken. Oh no, sorry, that's a Discord link. So I actually have to go here. Okay, yeah, this link. So I copy message link, then I paste it here, reload. Oh, that's doing the same thing again. So let me just open it up, and I copy this link simply, and then I put it here, and now it shows me all the graph. I can import it. Once imported, then I can save this study, save it as, and once I save it, then I come back to this chart section and I do open save, sorry. Then I have to do open shared item, save study set as, and then go back to study and then pick it up. So once it's saved, then I go back here. Here, ThinkorSwim is a slightly complex platform. There's a slight learning curve, but once it all set up, I found that this is the best platform for trading. So under studies, I do a load study set where I will have the default study set. So this is what your graph look like. You can further modify it under this section, chart settings. You can, so the things that I have here, you can copy these. So basically I remove the background grids. Then there are certain things for options. For appearances, I use candle. I check to fill it up. Then for time axis, this is what I pick. You can also actually pick time axis from here, as I will see 1 minute. And then price axis, I remove certain things. Only I keep fit studies, fit study markers, and enable left axis, which is this side. And time axis, favorite time axis, they can create some. This is one of the one that I use, 20 days 1 hour, that I mostly use for swing trading. Then there's appearance. For equities, I keep this checked, show volume subgraph. For options, show volume subgraph, show Theo price, show open interest. Futures, I don't do it, so nothing there. For forex, nothing there. So once you do that, this is what your chart study should look like, and then you can save it and make it a default workplace. So once that is done, so I'll go over what these different lines on each chart mean. So good thing is these technicals will cover a lot of things that will give you a basic understanding of the technicals of the any ticker you want to see. For instance, let's say I want to see SPY. So if I see SPY on, let's say 5-day 5-minute chart, so this green line at the bottom, it means support. So what support normally means is that stock came down to this level and then went back up. Actually, a good example to always understand is to look at the bigger tickers like Microsoft or Apple. So if you see Apple, it had support somewhere around 147 for past 5 days. So it came back around 147, it fell further below, then it went back up. Then it's, so the top line, the top red line is called resistance. That means the stock came to this level and then there was sell off, then it went back down again. So this is how these lines are automatically made based on the studies and the scripts that are the ones that I have shared. So if we look at a bigger scale, you'll see a better picture. So for Apple, for Microsoft, sorry, for Apple, you see it has a strong support at 119, that whenever it came down at 119, it went back up. It came down, it went back up. It came closer to like 122 and then went back up. So 119 is a very strong support for Microsoft over a period of 180 days. Let's look at 20 days. So if I was planning on doing a swing trading for Apple, it has a support at 145. So right now it is sitting at 146. So if I was planning on swinging it, I would probably buy it around 146.50 or below, and then I would wait for it to go back up till. So current resistance is at 147, 148. It has broken that resistance once, and if it continues to test that resistance, let's say 2 more times. So normally after 2 or 3 times, ticker breaks resistance and go to a higher level. So that's one example of how to read this chart. And these white lines that you see, these are basically the overall channel where this stock is going. So it's more interesting to see it over a day trade or on a day time frame where you are using a day trade. Then you can see if the stock is in the down channel or up channel, and this will actually give you a good indication when it breaks. It shows an alert when the stock breaks this channel and goes up, then you know it's going to go up. If you are into day trading, that's a whole different topic and that has a lot of details, but for now I'm just showing you what these different thing on graph mean. And then you see this volume profile on the right. So what basically this volume profile means is that at what particular how much stock is trading at a particular price on this, how much volume is there for this particular price range. So for 146 there was a lot of volume. So actually you can modify this volume profile based on either days or over the chart. So you can set this to either the chart size or the day size. So normally I use it for day trading, so I always set it for day. So I would know that today Apple traded a lot around 146. So whenever it will be around at this price point, I know if it's going upward, then the next stop would be around this price point. And if it breaks this barrier, then since there's a lot of volume here, so the next price action would be around this price level. Similarly, when it goes down, if it goes further down, I would know the next stop would be around this particular volume level. So this is about this top chart. This will give you a very good understanding of how to see the technicals for a ticker. Then the bottom, this is the volume profile. So this kind of gives you an understanding if a particular ticker is trading more than usual, like the daily average and the average for today, and then this is the, if this average is volume is more and or less than the daily average. So if the stock is trading more than the volume average, that would normally mean that there is a lot of trades going on, so it can move a lot. It does not necessarily mean it would go up. It does not necessarily mean it would go down. That just means there are a lot of people trading for this ticker. And if it's some bullish news, then you would know that it can go up, and if there is some bear sentiment, then it will not go down. But it just tells you that there are a lot of trading going on. Normally I would see that as if the stock is in uptrend and there's a lot of volume, then I can use that information to get into a position. The next chart, the shared RSI, is very interesting. So basically it tells me which way the stock would go. It would provide me a slight direction. How so? Because whenever the stock goes, whenever this particular lines go below this line, then I know it's the RSI is below 40. around 15, now I know it's bound to go back up. And similarly, if it's above this line, then I know it's bound to go back down. So if you see, so keep in mind these lines are formed after the ticker moves, so they're not formed before the ticker moves. So if the RSI is already up, so as you see in the chart above, after this the stock came down, and you can see it came all the way down here, and then it start going back up. And so it just gives you an idea. So if I'm trying to start a position, let's say if I was trying to start a swing position, I would look at the RSI. Okay, I should have actually started the position here. That would have been ideal. When the RSI was below, it was oversold. So I could have started position at this particular point, 144.89, and as you can see, it started to go up after that, and similarly the graph shows that. This other ticker, this next chart, it's called the TTM Squeeze. Very interesting to spot trends, that if this current trend with the ticker that is going on, it's about to break. So very simply, this is how I read it. I mean, there's a lot more details in it, but normally when there are a lot of red dots, that means the whatever trend is happening, it's about to break. So a good example would be this one. You see there are a lot of red dots forming. That means the stock is about to break. So you see right here, after this point, the stock broke wherever it was. It was at 145, and it broke the trend, and it went all the way up till 151, and then this stays green. So if we look here, there were a lot of red dots, and the trend broke and the stock went up. So very good and interesting study set to see if the trend for the stock is going to change. Okay, the last one, this is the one that I mostly use for option trading. So it is just implied volatility. So it tells me if the current implied volatility is high, that would mean that the credits, the premiums for these tickers are higher. And if the implied volatility is low, that means the premium is low. So basically, if the implied volatility is higher, you would try to get into credit spreads to get more premium. If the implied volatility is low, you would try to get into debit spreads to make most out of trade. So like I said, the option trading, it's a lot other chapter, and I would recommend all the new people to go through this option education section to understand what are credit spread, what are debit spreads. So like I said, this is not all just random content. This is filtered out content that I have seen, I have gone through, and I found it helpful, and maybe you will find it helpful too. So once you go through all this section, you will have a lot of questions, and this is why we made this group. So you ask a lot of questions, we share a lot of knowledge, and the aim of the group is that if you see an alert here, for instance, if you see some alert, you should be able to understand what this alert means, how to place this order, and how is this trade placed. So let's just analyze this one. For example, this trade is set up for September 17, which is roughly 1 month out, and it is a bearish trade. So if I see UAL over a period of let's say, okay, it's already 20 days, I can change it to 30 days, 1 hour, and I can see, okay, it is in a downtrend. It already broke its support, and it's below the support, so it is bound to go back up, as RSI is also low, but I don't think it will cross 51 anytime soon. And this credit spread basically means that the stock needs to stay below 52.5 for you to be profitable to collect all that credit. So I don't see the stock going above 52 in a 1 month time frame. And as you can see, since the IV was high, so that's why I went with a credit spread, so to collect more premium. That's just one example. So whenever you see a trade, go to your chart settings, set it up, put the ticker here, and try to understand what this trade means. So the aim for the group is not to just follow these alerts blindly, but to better understand them. Share what you understand. If you have any questions, do ask from the people who are entering that trade. Every trade, we try to put on the comments any details that we can to for you to understand. And more you ask questions, more you'll be able to learn. So that is all for any new person joining this group. And if you need a referral link for opening up your account at TD Ameritrade for paper trading, feel free to reach me out. I can directly send it to you. Or you can post your email in general chat and just ask me to give the referral link. I'll post it here. I think TD Ameritrade does require the email to send the referral link. That is all. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask. No question is dumb question. Thank you.